Get your head together. Thank you, God, for giving us the right words to speak in a spirit of truth, honesty, and with a spirit of excellence.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, awesome. So, Danny De Lloyd, OG actor, you started back when we were in the penthouse, didn't you, at Dhar Mann?
Absolutely, yes.
Did you do any shoots when they were in the penthouse? You did when we didn't think we had the studio. Yeah, so I consider anyone an OG actor if they go back to before we had a studio.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome. So, how many episodes have you shot? What has your experience been working there?
Wow, I've had an amazing experience working at Dhar Mann. Far better than a lot of sets I've been on and things like that. But, I came in there and I believed in what he was doing. I liked the message. And, I was there back then when we would all caravan and jump out the cars if it was, we needed a school or something, jump out, grab the shot and move on. So, it was the excitement, but I really liked the hospitality, the camaraderie, the professionalism of Ruben at the time, because I believe he was a cameraman at that time, which now I think he's the VP of operations. So I'm glad to see him evolved with Dhar Mann. And then that gave me a lot of hope that, he's doing what he needed to do as far as helping actors and stuff. But my time there was just awesome. Every time I came on set, we had food and cooked to order, or sometimes, you could get a menu and whatever you wanted, you had food. So I never was lacking anything on this set that I needed. And a lot of times I would see new actors, me being a seasoned actor coming in, I would get a chance to pour into those actors and just watch them evolve. And so the message is what I really liked. I love the way that it was presented. So my experience with Dhar Mann has been nothing but the best experience at Dhar Mann. Now, I can't speak about anybody else's, but, when I was there, it seemed that everybody was just having an amazing time and an amazing experience, Dhar Mann was just so wonderful. I had a little more access to Dhar Mann, I think, than any others, because he would come out and conversate with me and congratulate me on work well done. And he would also sometimes say, "Hey, I got this script for you, Danny. I got you in mind." And so I really appreciated that working at Dhar Mann. And one other thing is that, me, like yourself, was veteran actors at the time, way back then, coming into Dhar Mann. And so we had a chance to be trusted to do his collaborations with, different guests that would come on and stuff. So maybe when an actor only gets 5 million views or something, doing those collaborations, I would get 15 to 19 million views. So it was great exposure for me. And also there was nowhere that I don't go that somebody stops me and says, hey, you're a Dhar Mann actor. You touched my life. And so for me, it was really worth it. I enjoyed being there and I enjoyed what I got out of it. I can't speak for anybody else, but sometimes when you go into taking a job, or I should say, well, for me, since it was a contract, it was a gig for me. The money I used was supplemental income, and I would just put that money to the side. And, I did. I bought a brand new Corvette out of that. So it's just about what you do with it. When you're a hustler, actors are hustlers. And so you hustle the next job and the next job and the next job, But for me, I did keep my day job, and the money that I got out of Dhar Mann gigs was supplemental income for me, and I appreciated that, So I would meet people and otherwise form relationships, meet people that I never would have met, you know what I'm saying? And have an opportunity to work with some amazing people. And so, yeah, I really enjoy working there.
And this is, I think, because you're a seasoned actor, because you're a veteran actor, How many years have you been in Hollywood doing the acting hustle?
19 years. 19 years. Not full time, fully chasing the dream, but I had a lot of success at it. Again, I have a family, so I was always still working my day job, but I had a lot of success. I've done a lot of feature films and network television and stuff. And so when I get to do what I love, it's even more sweeter. So yeah, been doing it well.
19 years in Hollywood, that gives you a lot of experience on different sets and different kinds of sets. And you've worked on big budget things, you've worked on little budget things. How does Dhar Mann compare to other small non-union shows that you've worked on?
Absolutely no comparison, really, with the atmosphere that he put me in, as far as treatment at Dhar Mann was just top-notch treatment. I mean, I loved it because it was like a family atmosphere, And so when you're doing what you love and you're feeling great about it, and people working with great people and getting awesome treatment, it doesn't get any better than that. Katherine, me and you go a long ways back, and you and I both have helped writers and producers try to get their projects going and stuff. And so I do too remember times where I worked, for love and a bottle of water and a tuna sandwich. And I've never had to do that at Dhar Mann. There was always compensation for what I did, and well fed, well treated, and I think those kind of things. But coming from a big theater world as well, you used to bring in my own wardrobe. I mean, Katherine, wardrobe is one of the best things I like about acting, because it's transformation, And so I would love to do everything myself to get the look I wanted, as long as it's fit for the role, So I had no problems doing that. It's everywhere, unless you're on network television. And matter of fact, I was on network television tonight where I wore my own wardrobe. So that's never been a problem. But there also were times and shoots at Dhar Mann that, they provided wardrobe. So the treatment there was just phenomenal. It's give and take. I'm just the kind of individual that wants you to win, you know what I mean? And I'm there for the reasons that I want to be there and get what I need to get out of it as well. So yeah, it's just a great all around.
Yeah. And so do you know, you've probably seen, do you know that there's protests going on there right now?
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Absolutely heartbreaking for me. I've been gone for a while from Dhar Mann, shooting videos and things, because I move on to other avenues and things like that. But when I saw that and heard about it, it really devastated me, And I see that I have friends and colleagues out there pouring their heart out to this protest and things like that. But I don't think that I could get out there, because that wasn't my truth. That wasn't my experience. However, there might be some truth in it, but I empathize with them, and I know that they're hurting. But if they're hurting, I can only imagine how Dhar Mann feels. Such a great guy and human, and does everything he can, in my opinion, to try to take this avenue to where it could go. I heard things about meeting, letter, but in my absence, I didn't know anything about a letter. I didn't know anything about a meeting, and so I heard that there was representation there. Ruben is the vice president of operations. And so let me give you an example. I have 2 grown sons. If I send my son to represent me somewhere, and because I can't be there and I need to take care of other business, when you see him, you see me. Because we're going to absolutely meet together again with my son, and then I'm going to get all the information, find out what's going on, and figure out how to proceed with that. But I believe that they would, got that opportunity, but walked out of the meeting. I didn't understand that. Sometimes you have to understand the business. This is show business. And once my friends and colleagues out there, and it breaks my heart, but I love them, and I wish the best for what they're trying to do or get where they're trying to go with it. But Dhar Mann is the kind of man, he's a representation. I mean, he can't be everywhere at once. I understand that. But back when I was shooting with him, we didn't have everything we needed to do the miraculous job that he was, his vision. But I see him going out. I see him building sound stages, and that's a win. I mean, that's a win for all of us. I believe he did it for us, so we wouldn't be in danger, or not danger, but out there at the hustle and bustle. We could do more content, added more film crews, and so, the dream was real. We start coming together, we start shooting 3-4 films a day at a time. And so the business aspect of it, he's one man. He has a family. He's just started having children. So the same thing that I try to do, I go to work every day to try to provide my family with a home and make sure they're comfortable. Same thing he had to do. So all this multitasking, he needs to hire more staff. It's absolutely, we can't have the hands-on everyday treatment from Dhar Mann, because he's going out taking care of the front office while we take care of everything else. While we do our job, he kept us working. So I understand that. And my heart just bleeds for Dhar, because he's always made time for me. He would come out on set, talk to me. We'd have great rapport. We'd talk about anything I needed. I had an open door policy with Dhar. I can go in and pour my heart out about anything other than the business. And his parents, I got an opportunity to meet his parents to see what cloth he was cut from. I absolutely adore his mother and father. They are the sweetest, most kindest people and knowledgeable people that I just had a great time just talking to them and meeting them. His wife is just amazing. So I don't understand where a lot of these situations with this protest are coming from. But again, both sides of the coin, I love them, and I don't understand what's going on. And I, for one, can't speak on any other thing than my experience, but that's their experience. But I'm there, spiritual support with them. I'm there in spiritual support for Dhar and his family, and Ruben, the VP of operations, in my opinion, man, is one of the best guys that I ever met. Just a sweetheart, just a great, great guy. And so I don't want to see his name or Dhar's name just dragged through the mud like that. I mean, to be under attack is a devastating thing, but keep standing. I believe that if things should be done the way I was raised, Katherine, decent and in order. And I believe that if they had a representative, we all come together to just try to come to a happy medium or whatever that is. They get a representative, kill the noise, do things decent. They probably can talk about what's going on, but that opportunity was there for them to do that. It hurts me. I've been gone for a minute, and only one other actor or actress kept in touch with me. I ran into this Brianni Walker at a function. We were at a stage production, actually. And hey, that's Dhar Mann fam. Everywhere you go, it's Dhar Mann fam. It's still that love, and that's that love we attained from working at Dhar Mann Studios, She told me, hey, I'm like, how's everybody doing? How's the fam? What's going on? Because, I was out doing other things. And she said that she had been terminated for reasons I don't really know. I don't really know the whole story. But that kind of hurt me right there, because, hey, that's the first thing that I ever heard, because she's such an amazing actress. You know what I'm saying? So my heart went out to her. She's 13 years old. She's an amazing actress. She has a great personality. And, I hope that somebody watching this would just call Brianna Walker and give her some type of opportunity because of her skill level. But in the business, Catherine, like you and I know, being seasoned, nothing is promised. You move on. I heard things about, well, Dar didn't take us with him and blah, 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 blah. One thing Dar does, he plans things out. There's so many art ideas that me and Dar have spoke about, and that slowly they're coming into fruition. Like videos went from 7 minutes to 20 minutes. Now he has features. You know what I'm saying? And so the next ideas were all in the making. The sound stages for us to play on. It's a dream come true. I tell you, I stopped getting the calls. I think sometime when the staff changed into everything, but I got to thinking, well, maybe it's just not a perfect fit for Danny right now. Maybe that script's not right for Danny right now. But again, I understand the business. Nothing's promised. Nothing should be expected in this business because you get 10,000 no's, and all you need is one yes.
You didn't take it personally when you didn't hear from them for a year or
well, you can. I think
long it's been. You didn't take it as a personal attack or that it meant something bad about you or that they didn't like you.
No, this is Hollywood. You have to have very thick skin. It's the business of no's. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand the business aspect of it. You can't. You move on. You take that time to try to better your brand. To try to move on. But again, I felt the pain a little bit after a while because I missed my family. I missed my Dhar Mann family. It wasn't about the content. I've got millions of views. I don't know if I told you, like, I would get just so many millions of views, and so I got that out of it. But I don't do anything unless I say, okay, what can I get out of it? May not have been the monetary, but the supplemental income helped. And that was my instant gratification money. Hey, I do what I needed to do with it. But I see like other writer producers, say for instance, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry started off with nothing, and he's taking his actors with him, and so I know I see that, and I would hope to that, or not even hope, but it wasn't anywhere in my contract will say, well, Danny, you get millions on the back end. That wasn't the case. This is Dhar Mann's baby. If I was there to help in some way elevate that, again, get my own, what I could get out of it, which was reels. I got reels out of it. I had an amazing time, and I really believed in the stories that Dhar tells, the stories that he put out. So many people, again, have blessed me because I blessed him. And I wouldn't have otherwise had that opportunity to do that or have that exposure if it wasn't for Dhar Mann Studios, And so I'm trying to say, let's just all get along.
Yes. And did you get opportunities to play characters and roles you hadn't played in other things that Dhar gave you the chance to play?
Oh my God, it was just such a fun time doing what I love. I got to play a lot of antagonists, you know what I mean? And then get healed at the end. Somebody always healed me at the end, but the story was like, say for instance, don't judge a book by its cover. Got to meet with so many people. Just so many titles I can't believe. But yeah, I got to play with autistic issues, and where I was the antagonist, and people come to me and say, you know what, you blessed me because I have an autistic son. And so yeah, I got to play managers, boss, and collaborate in such a way that it made me just get some of those dream roles I otherwise dreamed of playing. And so I got to do that at Dhar Mann Studio, and so it was a blessing to me. And that's something I can keep with me, and that's something that I could show my children for generations to come.
What were your top 3 favorite roles?
Yeah, right. The only thing you'll ever be is a big loser. Bang, bang, bang!
What's the trick to one of those patented Danny laughs?
I love it. Borderline sinister and hysterical. That's to me.
You know what? I only not work for Dhar Mann, but I watch the stories, and a lot of those stories are situations that
I've been in or I've known someone to be in. So these stories have really impacted my life and just made me an all-around better person and gave me better coping skills. The only career that's not done is if you quit, you know what I mean? That's guaranteed. If you quit, then it'll never happen for you. So keep going, keep going. Anyway, look, son, I know you're extremely successful, and so I was wondering, can you help your pops out? I really need some money.
So after all this time, you came here to ask him for some money?
I'm talking to my boy. Look, I'm really struggling right now, and I could use some help. So what do you say? Can you help your old man out?
I want you to meet Carson. I just hired him.
It's nice to meet you.
Gordon, do you mind if I speak to you for a second?
Sure.
Why is he talking through that thing?
Oh, he's nonverbal autistic, but don't worry, he's really smart. Shoot. I gotta get this.
Wait. Are you sure about this? I mean, business has really been slow, and having someone here with a disability could make things worse.
Oh, don't think of autism as a disability. Think of it as a different ability. That's all.
Supercar Barbie.
Is it okay if I make videos of your guys' cars for my vlog?
No! Look, I hate to break this to you, sweetheart, but maybe you should have just stuck to playing with Barbies or listened to those boys and stayed in the kitchen. That's where you belong, not here.
But...
Look, until you own an exotic car, which you won't, then you can think about coming back. But until then, you have a nice day.
Supercar Barbie, I had an amazing role. Deadbeat Dad,
And the
you
person
know,
she-
that was another great role. And
really
then, again, don't judge a book by its cover. Let me tell you what that's about. It really is just, I love telling this story. I'm a hot dog vendor. There's a white couple with a black child. These are hard issues to cover, but I believe that, you know, the way that I cover these stories, you know, you just can't help but stop, listen, and look, and learn something. White couple has a black child, and so I'm telling another one of my customers, hey man, you see that guy? You see that woman and that child? I told him his wife cheated on him. But the moral of the story is that his best friend was a black man with a child that passed away, and they took in the child. So you really can't judge a book by its cover, be judgmental over people. And so that was one of my favorite roles, I think. And so I have so many, Katherine. How are you going to make me just pick a few?
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Me too. I feel the same. This is a question I'm dying to ask you. I know you've been out doing other stuff. You've been busy taking care of your family, doing all that.
Yes.
But I'm not going to say if. When they email you again for another role, would you take it?
Absolutely, in a heartbeat. Yeah. I don't really think Dhar Mann film production has hit a ceiling yet. I still believe that he has far much more to do in this world, and just to keep doing the good that you're doing. And I encourage him to do that, you know. And for my friends out there, you know, just where I come from, you try to work things out. You never know where you're going to have to go back to, and I don't burn bridges. Very, very important lesson. I'm an old guy. I'm a seasoned actor. I look young, you know. Hey, but that's just my truth. You know what I'm saying? But for me to answer your question, yes, I'm really excited to work for Dhar Mann, and I've had no bad experience, and I'd come back in a heartbeat. As a matter of fact, you know, I still have very, very, very loyal fans. Oh, they just ask me all the time, Mr. De Lloyd, when you coming back? When you coming? When your next video? When your next video? We love you. And they, you know, they draw pictures of me. They send me cartoons of myself. And so I still collaborate with the fans, and I encourage the fans in the best way, you know, to stay on top of your homework, your messages, and just be good. overall stay clean. So yeah, I get all of that out of it. Of course, I go back to work for Dhar Mann because you know what? I always try to stay on good terms with people, love on people. I want to see them win. You know what I mean? And so, like other people I work for, and you know, it's the same guys, you just want to see people win. You know what I mean? And so to see Dhar Mann winning, but I see where Dhar Mann's money is going and the money that some of these videos have produced. And so it makes me smile to drive by to see that I was a part of that studio. I was a part of that. And when I see it all the time, I was a part of that. And so it makes me feel amazing, you know. I'm talking too much to you, Katherine.
Oh no, just do you
got
have
me
any
going here because I'm hurting at the same
I love
time.
it. People have already heard from me. I made a 45-minute video.
45 minutes. I could talk about it forever, but you know what? I felt compelled to say something. But I'm glad you offered me an opportunity just to talk about my truths. My journey is not your journey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different journey. And I'm not saying people are right or wrong. This is America, so you take the opportunity to protest, and if that's your only way you feel you can be heard. But silence is golden. Humility is everything. And if you do things decent and in order, you get results.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for your time, Danny. And I hope we will be seeing you again soon.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. To all my colleagues out on the protesting line, I love you dearly. You know, do what you feel you need to do to get the results that you need. There's another way. Feel free to call me anytime. There's another way. And hopefully, you know, you get a resolve of somewhat of what you're looking for. But there was opportunity presented there, and we walked out on it. So I'm surprised and heartbroken to see a lot of the people that I've worked with out there, Katherine, you know. And it's shocking to me. Again, I haven't been there. I don't really know all your stories and everything. But from what things I've heard, maybe I can help you with this. You still got a minute, Katherine?
Yeah, of course.
You got me kind of going here. Nick, I really love him. He mentioned something about Call Judy's mural. Now, I drove down there and the mural was missing or gone or wherever it was supposed to be. And then at the same time, Call Judy's son drove up. He recognized me from the videos. We struck up a conversation. And so I took him to the front office. And they were filming over there and everything, but the resolve I got is we absolutely had no choice but to take it down. However, we loved it, and we're going to put it back up. And it may be on the inside this time where we won't have to remove it and things. And what a great salute to Carl for Dhar to even do that. The love he had for Carl was just, beyond measure. But that type of tribute is saying thank you for being part of this. You were a legend in my eyes, and we love you. To even get that, if not for a day, was just amazing to me. You know what I mean? And so I believe, and I pray that all this comes to, a happy medium. And I pray for Dhar and your family. Keep your heads up. To all my friends out on the protest line, keep your heads up. And I'm Danny De Lloyd, and I appreciate your time, Katherine. It's great to see you.
Oh, so nice. Thank you for giving us the time. I really appreciate your opinion and feedback and your experience. And
I mean, I love on people. I just love on people. I want them to see them win. It's the same way that I know Dhar does, Ruben does, you do, and a lot of my other friends. And at Dhar Mann Studios, I appreciate you all. I love you all. I really do.
Take care.
Thank you, Katherine.